Welcome. I am live on YouTube, which is quickly becoming my favorite social media. Hold on one second. I'll put my hand up. I'm just turning the light up just a bit. I turned it down because I like dark vibes, especially at nighttime. And TikTok is typically the feed that I go live on at night. But YouTube will only save this feed for 30 days. I have access to it. I don't know if you guys can rewatch a live feed or not, but I hope you can because I will talk whether there's 0 people in here or 300 people in here. Um, some people said they had trouble. Um, Let me share first, really quick, guys. Some people said they had. I don't know if you guys could hear a word I said while I was doing that. I shared to a few messenger thread groups, which hopefully people. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I promise I will try to abide by the community guidelines the best I know able. Okay, I hope that did it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still learning, but I'm quickly starting to love YouTube. I am. They have a little thing down here. Hi, Sherry. How are you? How would you share on YouTube? There's a little, but is there a little share thing on the bottom right of your phone? If you hit that little share thing, you can share to Messenger people, you can share to groups, whatever. I think, I don't know. I need to ask Justin to go live or someone to go live on YouTube to see how to navigate from the outside instead of being the one doing the live feed. But YouTube says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I promise I will abide by your community guidelines as best as I can. If I don't YouTube, I promise it is not on purpose. It's because I'm I'm mentally, and I don't say that in any way to be disrespectful, but um, my memory has been I can't even talk. My memory has been getting worse with age, and I am 53 years old. So I see 3 people. Wow, I see 24 people in here. Wow, I don't think I've ever had 24 people in a live feed before, ever. And I didn't even get started with what I wanted to talk about. That is weird. Is YouTube pushing us out or what? Hello, everybody. Hello, Little trying to be a scene kid. Lily trying to be a scene kid. Hi, Lily. How are you? Hi, Maddie. How are you? I know who you are. Hi, how did Maddie? It just now it says 10. It said 24. Anyway, this is Leonard. Just so you guys know, this is Leonard. I put it on when I do my live feeds on TikTok, on our website, lemoscrystals.com, on YouTube, on Instagram when I do that, and on my favorite app, which is Facebook. But YouTube is really becoming. I think YouTube might take the cake, and I don't know. YouTube is growing on me. I like YouTube. I'm liking you and YouTube. It's great. It's a great app. Hi, Brian Moser. How are you? Hi, Shaq2Mac. How are you? You guys, make sure you like and follow me, not only here, but please, 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 please subscribe to our website, which is Lemos, Lemos, crystals.com. So it's my last name, lemoscrystals.com. We sell candles, highest grade therapeutic essential oils, just as good as Young Living and doTERRA. We sell crystals, of course, minerals, fossils, all kinds of things. So make sure you check us out there while there is actually people in the room, because I usually spend the time. Usually I don't go live, and I wasn't going to go live for this feed, but I thought I would because there's a theme, there's a reason why I'm live right now. And if you saw the lions on the thumbnail, there's a reason for that too. And basically, what I wanted to discuss today is when we feel like we are in the lion's den, when we feel that we have been thrown to the lion's den, like nobody cares, so we're tossed out like trash or whatever. Because I'm actually going through something like that right now. So this is kind of therapy for me too. You guys are. And this feed is. Even if there are 0 people in here, this feed is therapeutic for me. So I'm currently in this situation where my family. I love my family, and I have a good family. I'm very blessed and very lucky with the family that I have. But I've been feeling a lot like after a series of incidents, which I'm not going to bore you guys with, that I've been thrown into the lion's den. That I've been just like thrown to my own devices. If you're watching from the outside, hello. That's what a lobby lizard is. A lobby lizard is someone who watches from the outside. This is one of our candles. It's 5.5 ounces. It burns for 30 plus hours, and they are $18. We have a bunch of those. You can see all those on lemoscrystals.com, and I'm not here to talk about business so much, but of course, when I can get a plug in, I always do. Let's see. Hey, Shaq to Mac, what's up? Glad to see you, buddy. Or ma'am. I don't know. I don't know male or female sometimes on some of these, and I apologize. I am new to this platform. I am I'm a veteran of Facebook. So I know Facebook inside and out, up and down, back and forth, side to side. But YouTube, I'm still learning. I don't even know all the features. I don't know how to mute people. I don't know a lot of things. So please be kind. This is a safe space. I always say that on my feeds as well. This is a safe space. I am an older gentleman. I'm not a Calvin Klein model who is, like 6'4", 220 pounds, ripped, and look, what you see is what you get with me. But I am honest. I do have a good heart, and I do think I help people. I think a lot of people I've affected throughout the course of my 53 years on this earth. Most of them were juvenile delinquents that I used to work with at Multi-County Juvenile Detention System, which is here in Stark County. I used to work at a group home with boys that were adjudicated by the courts. I do say this in my live feeds, but I don't continue or belabor it. But I am a Christian. And it doesn't matter if you are or not. You're still welcome here. This is a safe space for everybody. So whether you're Wiccan, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever, you're welcome here in my space. And I hope that I'm welcome in your space, wherever you may be watching and or watching from the outside. If you're watching from the outside, jump in and say hello, for crying out loud. You don't have to say anything. I'm not going to call you out or whatever. Oh, Linda, you're shocked to Mac. Oh my gosh, I love you, Linda. I love you. You are so amazing, Linda. I want to support, honey, but you gotta. I don't wear purses. All you sell is purses. Well, that's all you sold that I've seen. You sold. I'm not. I take that back. So, Linda, smack to Mac. I'm not going to give other people's privacy out. I'm going to respect everyone's privacy, but yes, other people do sell, and I will give shout outs if they're allowed. But yeah, Carrie, start doing some of the candles or the crystals and stuff like that. But anyway, back to the topic. So the topic today is the lion's den. And I just have a question for you guys. Have you ever felt like you've been thrown to the lion's den? That people that supposedly loved you and cared about you threw you to the lion's den, like to fend for yourself, like take care of yourself now, we're leaving you with these vicious hungry lions. This is kind of biblical, right? If we're talking about Daniel, I feel like Daniel, so I'm speaking as Daniel would speak from the lion's den. In that case, none of the lions devoured Daniel because he had support. This is according to the Bible from God. And I'm feeling that way. There's been a series of events that have happened. My mother and my sister went abroad, and I did not go abroad, and some things happened and transpired. Long story short, I'm not going to belabor that all, but it hurts when you're thrown to the lions. It hurts when you are left to your own devices without the people that you feel should love you the most and should care about you the most, and the ones that should be edifying and uplifting and nurturing. And when they're not, it hurts. look, I'm not placing any blame on any of my family members. I'm not trying to hurt any of my family members. I love them very much, but I'm just speaking from a place of hurt. And that's where I am today. My question to you, if you're watching, is have you been there? Have you been there? Have you ever experienced this? And if so, if what have you felt? How have you dealt with it? What kinds of ways can you deal with it? I can tell you from a psychological perspective, my degree's in psychology, I can tell you how it on paper through studying and having a degree in psychology, and I almost have my master's degree as well. I can tell you, I always cover up the so you don't see the mess. Cover up, cover up, cover up. I'm never prepared. I should have my drink next to me and everything else, but I don't. And I'm in my favorite spot, and it's air conditioned in here. We have central air in our house, but for some reason, it's a double. So, like, upstairs gets really, really hot. Even though it's central air, for some reason, all the cold stays on the first floor. So I actually have a unit, a wall unit, and thank God my room faces the back because my mother would never me put a wall unit going out the front towards the street. I appreciate you too, Linda. Thank you. So what I would say as far as like clinically, I think, and again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving any advice. I'm not a physician. Please consult with your physician. If you're experiencing any mental health problems or anything like that, please, please, please consult with a physician. I am not a physician. I'm just your average Joe jumping on to say hello and hang out with a bunch of people, strangers that don't know me, because I think that's cool to learn and get to know each other. And plus, people that don't know you are going to be honest and they're going to be truthful and they're going to tell you like it is. They're going to be more bold. Whereas people that know you, they're going to be they're a little soft on you, or they're going to be biased. So you might not hear the truth. So sometimes it's good to get information from strangers and feedback from strangers. I have essential oils, and I currently have 5 people, and I'm going to interview one of them tonight that have tested my essential oils. I sent 5 to each one. The one was free. They got to pick one free one, and then there was 4 samples. And I'm going to talk to them. Then they're going to write a review after I speak with them. I'm going to tell them all they have to write a good review. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I want them to tell the truth, just like I do. So anyway, so for whomever is here or whomever watches this replay, if in fact replays do go up on YouTube, which I think they do for 30 days, what I'm facing right now is how to get out of that, how to get out of that lion's den, how to get out of the feeling of guilt. And again, I can speak clinic. I can speak how it would. I don't want to use that word because I'm not. I'm not a physician. Although I do have a degree in psychology. What are some methods and ways to climb out of the lion's den when you feel that people have wronged you? Not just maybe throwing you in a lion's den, but people who have blatantly wronged you and show no remorse, do not apologize, they don't even think they did something wrong. They don't know. Even when you've pointed it out to them, like, well, you did this and this and this, and I want you to know this and this and this, they still, and apologies too are so easy for me. When I'm wrong, I'm the first one to say, I am wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not prideful. Pride is a deadly sin. I am not prideful. So it's very easy for me to say I'm sorry, and I do it often when I'm wrong. Some people can't do that. Shaq, I self-internalize and decide on what makes me feel good about myself and my decision. That is actually a really good, you self-internalize, and you know what? And that's great, Linda. As long as you don't do it to the point of detriment where it actually hurts you, where you internalize it so much that it starts to affect your mental health, you're making you anxious, depressed, or whatever, that is a great thing. And please feel free to continue dialogue. Tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, disagree. It's okay it's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay for each of us to have our own independent individual thoughts. And this platform has really become my therapy. and I don't pay for it. So I don't have to go pay a therapist $200 an hour for therapy. I go on YouTube and I see a few friends, whether there are people on here or not. I find it a great way of journaling. I've hardly ever rewatched my live feeds, hardly ever, unless there's like a crazy part or a crazy moment that I want to go back to, then I will. But otherwise, I really don't. Facebook has deleted all of our live feeds. Unfortunately, I really wish they would have kept them because we've got years and years and years of live feeds. Some of my friends downloaded all of theirs. I did not. I'm not going to waste all that space downloading all this stuff, especially sales. So, so yeah. So right now I'm in a position where I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling abandoned. I'm feeling like there's no communication, and that's like really, really detrimental. I don't want to use any trigger words or anything like that, but like, that's very detrimental to be silent. Silence is not good ever. When you are in a conflict situation with somebody or you have issues with someone, problems, it's best to discuss them. Even if they're difficult to discuss, it's best to get it out. Express yourself and get it out. And we as a family are failing to do that right now. So it's been very hard for me. I've scoffed a little bit. I've made a little bit of joke out of it. I posted something on Facebook about being a black sheep, and you know, all these white sheep and just one little black sheep in the middle, and it was me. And so I'm kind of I'm poking fun at it a little bit. But the truth is, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with my sister and my mother and my aunt and or whomever else might help mediate and discuss these things so we can work them out. So, Linda, I have a question for you. So you say you self-internalize. Um, what makes you feel good about yourself and your decisions? If you're still here, I think you left. Oops, she left. Um, so yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. I guess I'm having like, you know how I'm trying to get my spark. I write poetry. I have over 52 plus poems, and I say plus meaning because I have prose, which don't fit the category of poetry. But I am trying to get my spark back for that as well. So that's something that I want more than anything. I want that more than I don't even know if I'm going to be continuing to sell next year. I'm in sales, but I don't know if I'm going to continue. Actually, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. But I would love to have my spark back and write a poetry book. And, you know, even somebody said something about publishing through Amazon, that they will literally publish the book for you and they will sell it for you. And then you get a very, very small percentage, but that's better than nothing. You know, here's my poems, have at it. So yeah, that's it. But right now, this is weird because I typically don't have blocks when I'm talking or communicating on a live feed or a video that I'm creating and going to upload, but I'm having like what's called like writer's block, but I'm having live block. So I'm gonna end this feed pretty soon, sadly enough. But I do want to say something. I always try to get off. I want to leave on a positive note. Always, 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 always. Because life is so full of excrement. And life is hard. Life is hard. It's difficult. Times are tough. I get it. We all are struggling with something or another. I get it. I'm with you. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Number one. More importantly, what I like to leave my live feeds with, or my video feeds with, or whatever, is that you are you. And you are uniquely you. And there's nobody else in this entire universe like you. No one. And you're the best qualified to be you. Live your life to the fullest, because life goes by very fast. live your life to the fullest, do no harm to others or yourself. Treat yourself with the same happiness and dignity and respect and love that you give to others. Treat yourself the same way because you deserve it. So do no harm to anybody. Live your life, stay in your lane, do your thing, and then let go of all the noise. Because in my life, I have been crucified so many times. I have been slammed. I have been talked about. I have been, I mean, literally, people are so convoluted, would say, this person, I do have mental illness. I do face mental illness, and I'm very out about that because I believe that that makes the stigma of mental illness go down when people start coming out about mental illness. I do have ADD. I do have double PTSD. I do have OCD. I do have a lot of mental health issues, which I take medications for. But my point is live your life, live it to the fullest. That's just an alarm, just to, if you guys can even hear that, that's our emergency alarm that they set off they set it off on Mondays. I don't know why it's going off today. Today's Wednesday. Anyway, live your life to the fullest. Do no harm to others, but stay in your lane and do your thing, and then let go of all the noise. My problem for 40 years was letting, and even longer, even in some cases here and there intermittently, I still couldn't let go of the noise. So somebody would send a screenshot of somebody else saying something about me, or talk about this or this or this, and people all want to say that I'm this, I'm crazy, I'm da da da. I know I'm crazy, so I'll admit that. But like they say the most dirty, most most dishonest things about me, or they have. And this may apply to you too. This may have happened to you by one person, two people, or 1,000 people like me. Not 1,000 people, but a lot. I would say dozens, literally. Especially on social media. So I have gotten to the point where I allow that to happen. It because it's going to happen, so it happens. And then I bless the person away in light and love. I just had an assistant who I did not know practiced blood magic and black magic, working with me. And yeah, I'm not going to go into all those details either, but I guess some things happened. She went online, she started bashing me, blowing, all this stuff my way that was untrue, unfounded, and quite frankly ridiculous. So instead of being angry, because I first I do go to anger, and I know that you might agree, or you might be able to understand this and relate with me. I go straight to anger. So I go to anger, but then boom, I stop, I pause. I'm like, okay, whoa, no. Just like the other day, I was on a live feed in here, and somebody said something to me that I don't care if people make fun of me. It doesn't bother me. If I can make you laugh at my expense, you could say you have a big nose, you're ugly, you look like a clown, whatever it takes to make you laugh. If that makes you laugh, great. I'm fine with that. But this person said something that went above and beyond. And I'm not going to keep ruminating on it because it's on the other threads too. So I don't want to keep going on and on about it. But it was something serious. So I said, whoa. And it was the first time that this ever happened. And I didn't know how to use the features here on this site, on this platform. So I was trying to block this individual. But before I did, I reported it because that was, I'm not a reporter either, by the way. But that was a reportable thing. That was a reportable incident. That would be me being on here doing something terribly, horribly, awfully against the terms of service. I would expect people to report me. I reported the comment and my first thought was I went straight to anger. And then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I said, whoa. And of course, this was a fake profile. It had just a green circle with a R in it or something. and then I muted it for, it said like 8,397 minutes. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if YouTube does that or if it was a glitch. They don't convert it to days. I don't know what's going on. I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning. But the point is, when you go to anger, snap back. Snap back. So don't let the anger control you anymore, but control the anger. So if somebody does something wrong, you're going to go to, there's this, then there's this, then there's this. Neutrality. Neutrality is the place we have the most power. You're most powerful when you stay in that neutral zone. When you get away from this, and you get away from this, and stay right in that zone of neutrality. And that's what I did. I went into the zone of neutrality with this individual. And that's what I will continue to do. And I'm sure what happened, especially now that I've been going live a lot more often, I'm sure that this is going to happen again, and I'm sure it's going to happen more than once. And I'm sure a lot of people that don't like me, that have me blocked or that I have blocked on social media, are going to be in some sense coming for me and trying to harass and or bring me down in some way. And that's okay. It's okay. As long as it doesn't disrupt the platform, as long as YouTube is not affected by it in their terms of service, because guys, let's face it, we have to respect the social media that we're on. And I know a lot of people complain about freedom of speech and all this other things on platforms, but really, we don't own them. We don't really, freedom of speech is okay, but if you don't own the platform, like on my website, I can put whatever I want up there. I might be liable if I put something bad, but on lemoscrystals.com, I can write whatever I want on there. We have a news area. I have a little blog section on what lemoscrystals.com. So, you know, when in Rome, do what Romans do. Anyway, I was going to end this a long time ago. I did get writer's block. I did go off course. My ADD kicked in, got it, blah, 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 blah. But I hope, again, that, and I pray that every feed that I do, that every live that I do, whether it's here, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Facebook, which is the one I go on the most, whether it's on Instagram, which is the one I go on the least, whether it's on, I'm also on WeChat. You feel free to join WeChat. I think I can invite one person every 3 months or something. It's very strange over there. It's a Chinese app. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's more like Messenger. I like it a lot, though. I really like that app. But I got off topic. I'm going to get going, guys. I love you. Stay well. And be proud of who you are. And live your life to the fullest. And think happy thoughts. You know, there's a saying. I'm going to say this. A therapist told me this. I'll say this in closing. When I was seeing a therapist, the therapist told me once, and I scoffed at it. I scoffed at her for saying this. She goes, Peter, she goes, fake it until you make it. And I thought, are you kidding me? So I'm supposed to go out there and smile? Hi, everybody. How are you? And literally fake it until I make it? That's what she said to do, to fake it till you make it. I did it, and it worked. It does work. It really does. Look, let me ask you to do something really quick. If you're watching or watching the replay, do this for me really quick. Smile for me. Just smile. Smile the highest smile you can do. With using all your, oh, I just lost a tooth there. How embarrassing. Okay, with all your muscles in your face, smile as wide and as hard as you can. Do you know when you do that, it sends signals to your brain, endorphins that say that you're happy? Because your face and your brain are used to those same reactions. So when you smile, you should feel a little bit of happiness up in your head. Did you not feel it? Did it work for you? Or was I wrong? Maybe it doesn't work on everybody. I don't know. But it's interesting, isn't it? So that's kind of like fake it till you make it, right? If you're down, smile. I'm not smiling because I don't want you to see my teeth. I have a lot of teeth work to get done. But anyway, that's it. I'm not going to belabor the point. Not going to keep you guys any longer. There was more that I wanted to say. I probably will revise this because I do. There's a theme I wanted to say, and I did have some um, live feed block, not writer's block, but live feed block. Linda, I love you. Everybody else who came in, Maddie, everybody else, I love you guys. I couldn't believe there was actually 24 people in here at one moment. Wow. I need to learn how to retain them, to keep them here. So, and if you're a creator, I'm telling you the key, and I know this from other social medias that I go live on, the key is consistency. It's consistency. Nothing, that's number one. Stay consistent. Continue to go live. I don't care if there's 0 people in the room. Stay on. Stay live. Have content. Continue, continue, continue. The social media companies love that. Look at all the things TikTok does. Look at all the little awards they have and little programs they have for you to do to get this and get that and get this and get that. I don't get involved in those, but they're there for a reason, right? You are their money maker. You are social media's money maker. Now YouTube is a little bit more expansive. We know that, right? We've got music here. I don't have a playlist. I go to YouTube. I love YouTube. Always. And I'm very proud of this channel. And there's been content on here that I've made that I've absolutely was disgusted that I even made it, and years later deleted it. And there's been content on here that I love, that I think is great, and I think that everybody in the world should watch it. So just be you, do you, love you, and be the best person you possibly can be. As long as you're not hurting anyone else in the process, live your life and enjoy every minute of it. I love you guys. It's been 32 minutes. You guys have a great day. You guys take care. I see 3 people in here now. You guys take care. And I will be seeing you soon because I will be back. Bye-bye, guys. I'm going to hit this little black button here. Bye-bye.